So today we have another pair of Sci-Fi in-ear monitors to check out, and we have the OH1S from Echo Audio, the brand that has those unique looking IEMs. Hey guys, I am Siddharth and these are priced at $200, which is around 15,000 rupees in India, so let's check out how well they perform. The unboxing experience of the Echo OH1S is quite special. We have an anime girl living the dongle life on the box, then sliding the cover out takes us to another cover that has to be slid out, and then we reach to the actual box that you can open. Inside it, we have some papers with cool patterns along with a warranty card, and then we finally reach to these very cool looking IEMs with the Echo logo brooch which can be taken out. Then we have the MMCX cable, which means that you can also convert these to wireless earphones, which is pretty cool. The cable feels decent, it comes with a straight jack and it is quite low profile and lightweight, which I liked a lot. We also have a carrying pouch for these, inside which you will also find some extra mesh filters for the nozzle, which is a very thoughtful addition. Finally, we have 18 extra ear tips of different sizes and types, and this also includes foam ear tips. The nozzle on the ear tips also has an oval shape instead of a round shape like other IEMs, so the ear tips also have this unique shape which I found to be quite interesting. The OH1S look really great. They are available in a grey color too, but I think that the blue color looks really amazing. They have that signature Echo pattern on them which makes them stand out from other IEMs, and the really great thing about these is that they are very compact and they sit really well in your ears. These are really very comfortable and the ear hooks on these are also not very thick, so even with glasses you can wear them easily for a long time. The cable also doesn't get tangled easily, so I also appreciate that. The OH1S are dual hybrid driver IEMs, meaning that they have a dynamic driver to handle the lower frequencies and a balanced armature driver to handle the high frequencies. The base driver is something called a deposited carbon nanocoil, which sounds very cool, while the balanced armature is from Novels. Now coming to their sound quality, I really don't think that I can recommend these as their frequency response is so unbalanced that without using EQ, it is almost impossible for me to listen to these. I did think that maybe I may have got a defective unit, but having the exact same issue in both of these IEMs seems very improbable, and I checked out what other people were saying about these, and my experience is just an extreme version of the negatives that some other people have expressed about these. For me, the treble on these is just so harsh that it is completely intolerable, and I am a little sensitive to boosted treble, but these are on a totally next level, and I think that even for people who like to really blast their eardrums with murdering levels of treble, these will be too extreme. By the way, do give this video a thumbs up if you've been liking it so far. I think that a part of the reason why these sound so harsh to me could be because of the way the ear tips and the nozzle is designed. My ears are kind of on the bigger side and I often have to switch to larger ear tips, so maybe the oval shape of the ear tips isn't able to create a good seal in my ear canal, but I did try the largest ear tips and even then these sounded pretty bad. I used my RME ADI2 DAX IEM out, which is one of the best sources one can use for IEMs, and then I also tried plugging these into my iPad and other things to see if that changes anything, but they still had that same issue on other sources. I even tried using a different MMCX cable, which also didn't help. So then I tried EQing these to tame the treble, and I literally had to put some filters at -9 or 10 decibels to make these sound balanced, which is the strongest level of EQ that I have had to use on any device, and even after EQ, they sounded okay-ish, but I was at least able to use these comfortably. The bass on these is also towards the lighter side, and even with EQ, the level of bass sounds below neutral. It could be acceptable for people who don't mind basslight earphones, but I think most people would really miss the fullness that you will get with a more linear frequency response. They do have some good qualities to them, and after EQing, you can manage to get a decent sound out of them, but the $200 category is very competitive, so their negatives completely outweigh their positives for me. My bad experience with these was actually a big surprise, as I have known Echo to make pretty good IEMs, and their OS 10 and even the previous OH1 model was very well received by people I know and trust. So it is quite unfortunate that these don't sound good to me, because I really like their design, how comfortable and compact they are, and how the cable is also great to wear with glasses. The accessories that you get with these and the overall unboxing experience is also really high quality, so it was actually really sad for me that these didn't sound as nice as their presentation and physical aspects. I was planning to check how they perform compared to my AudioSense AQ3, which are another pair of $200 IEMs, but the OH1S just doesn't sound right enough for me to be able to do a comparison. So overall, I am quite surprised at how wrong these sound. I can see the appeal of bright sounding earphones, but these just don't sound listenable to me without using EQ, which is the minimum bar that an audio product has to clear. I don't usually check what other reviewers are saying about the products that I get to review, but for this model I did some searching, and even though one YouTuber also mentioned that these were basslight and had too much boost in their treble, I also saw many other positive reviews for these. So either these IEMs don't fit me well specifically, or different units of these have great variations, or maybe the unit that I received is bad specifically. But whatever the case is, from the experience that I have had with them, I cannot recommend them, even though I really liked everything except their sound quality. So I'll still have links in the video description for you to check these out. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, or a thumbs down if you disliked it. Subscribe with bell, follow me on socials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.